Hey friends, Ash here, welcome back to Gents. Today we're talking tropical fragrances, fresh scents for summer. The stuff that basically is gonna make your vacation even better. We're talking about the best possible ways to spend your summertime smelling amazing right here. Nothing could be better. So yeah, we're talking fragrances that are gonna have you smelling absolutely amazing during the summer. That is not just your typical shower gel, Azzaro Chrome kind of vibe. No offense to Chrome. And this is kind of cheesy, kind of cheeky, but we're gonna start with Hawas Tropical. Is it because it has tropical in the name? Yes, it is. And Hawas Tropical right here smells similar to Le Beau Paradise Garden, so it is inspired by that fragrance. It's a dupe, it's a clone, you know what I'm saying. And Paradise Garden is probably one of the first tropical type summertime scents that a lot of people would think of, and for good reason. The stuff works extremely well. You can rock it all spring or summer long. Huge attention grabber. It has a nice mix of coconut and fig alongside green aquatic notes. That's officially how they pitched it, green aquatic notes, which, you know, depending on where you've been and what you've seen, green aquatic can be something really just absolutely terrible that you do not want to be smelling like at all. But in this situation, it just means nice, sweet, with a little green touch with that aquatic freshness underneath. Ah, that's way better than toxic sludge. Oh, it's got a nice hint of sewer runoff. Since this is a Hawas, it's a Rasasi, and it's been out for a little while, it is already affordable also, so that's another nice thing about this one. Now, when Rasasi comes out with a brand new Hawas, the price is not a nice thing. They came out with 3 new ones here recently and they're like 80 bucks right now, but the price will drop quick. We're gonna keep it with the green train up next. Right here, Coach for Men Green. And this one has the note of kiwi, which is pretty interesting because when it comes to men's fragrances, kiwi is almost never used. In women's fragrances, you'll see it used time and again, but when it comes to guys, apparently we don't like the smell of kiwi, I guess. Or at least that's how most brands treat that note, because it's pretty much nowhere to be found. Now, in terms of how this one actually comes across, kind of interesting because it's more like Dior Sauvage Eau de Toilette or Luna Rosa Carbon, but with that kiwi over top. So this is gonna give you that whenever you want versatility. I mean, with that kind of scent profile, it basically comes baked in, right? But it gives you that little extra twist off the top to make it a little bit more interesting if you're trying to wear it more for like summer vacation or just in summer in general. Because I think a lot of people would say that Sauvage is possibly a bit too strong for middle of summer, especially when it's really hot outside. Now, one other thing this has going for it, a little bit of a soapiness. So it's got a really clean aspect to it as well. So if you're the type of person that really likes fresh plus clean, this will do that for you too. The only drawback for this one, the performance is average. It's not a crazy big performer like Dior Sauvage is. Another green one, Arashi Reef. I am biased. This fragrance I creatively directed, and I gotta give a huge shout out to all you guys out there that bought one of these because the first run completely sold out. So thank you. You may still be able to find these in Perfumania inside of the actual stores. So if you have one nearby, you can stop in and see if they have one in stock. It's possible some still are out there, and they are making more of these as I speak, like right now, I think. And this one is double T, yeah, TT, Turbo Tropical. That's a real thing. It has a big blast of passion fruit pulp off the top. It also has papaya blossom. It has tangerine. It has coral reef as an official note. Kind of in the same family style as Herba Pura. It leans a little bit more masculine than that one. That being said, your girlfriend or your wife or your mom or your sister or whoever still might steal this from you. It is an unchained attention grabber. People love this stuff. Spring and summertime, just absolutely perfect. I am biased, of course, because I creatively directed it. And funny thing about it is Herba Pura, like as itself, I kind of hate it. And yet somehow this stuff here works extremely well for me. Arashi Reef, this stuff, really, really nice, but I'm biased. And this one has a little more of a masculine lean than Herba Pura. If you want something that's more so just like straight up taking Herba Pura styles and injecting it straight up with horse steroids, you know, you can get this. This is King Bharara. This stuff is almost uncomfortably strong. Like it just, yeah, that right there, those 2 sprays, I'm gonna be tasting that here in a second. Now actually compared side by side, these two are enormously different, Arashi Reef and King. Whew. Arashi Reef is gonna be much fresher, more of a brightness when you first spray it on. Really nice sparkle to it. The sweetness is kind of in line with the freshness. King is like a big punch of fruit, but then vanilla as well, like a strong vanilla. And kind of a synthetic pop to it as well. Not in a negative way in the sense that it's like stomach churning, but just in the sense that when you smell it, you're just like, oh yeah. Both of these I think do lean a little more masculine compared to Herba Pura itself. If you want the fresher one with a little more sparkle that comes across a little bit more naturally, that'd be this one. If you want the one that's just crazy, powerful, strong, that is this. This is way stronger than Arashi Reef. This stuff will choke you out. And for people that like Herba Pura, it's really solid. Okay, let's get back on the rails. Let's get back on the track here. We need to focus. We need to lock in.
If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up.
And we're gonna double dip on light blue. O Intense, Summer Vibes. Now between these two, I like O Intense a little bit more. This one I think is the superior fragrance between the two. That being said, Summer Vibes over here, you can get for cheap. You can get this like $30 right now. That's a pretty good deal. O Intense is gonna be pricier. Maybe even twice as much actually compared to Summer Vibes. Now what O Intense is gonna give you, a little bit of that throwback light blue style. You know, that sort of citrus, grapefruit, orange, meeting salty aquatic notes. That's really what this does full force. Also has musk and amberwood in there, and compared to the original light blue, I think is just the better choice. You get better performance, it's a little bit more modern smelling, perfect for a vacation, just a really good summertime scent. And then you have Summer Vibes over here, which has summer in the name, and also has a fancier looking bottle too. Does that matter? No. So what's the deal with this one? What's the note breakdown on Summer Vibes? Well, it's got lemon and cypress and woods. Technically amberwood, I think, but yeah, it's just a 3-note kind of thing again. And I bring these up together because Summer Vibes actually has a bit of a similarity to Light Blue O Intense. They're absolutely first cousins at the least. I would say O Intense has a little more pop to it, a little more of that salty aquatic kind of vibe bubbling through, whereas Summer Vibes is more citrus plus woods, and the aquatic notes are obviously a little bit underneath what this one has. Still, side by side, they are decently similar. I would say if you don't care about the price points, this one is the one that you should scoop up. If you do care about the price points, you can get this one and get most of the way to here for less. Gulf Orchid. Mango Ice. You gotta have a mango fragrance in here. It's just, that's rules. You know, mango is a tropical staple at this point because of a fragrance called God of Fire, which by the way is what this is inspired by. And this is definitely more of a summer take on that vibe, hence the name Mango Ice. They try to give it more of a briskness. Really affordable, this stuff, usually 30 bucks, sometimes less. So it's not really something that you have to splurge for. And as far as the refreshing takes on that God of Fire styling, on that God of Fire DNA, it was supposed to go that way. Just went over here. This one is probably the best bang for buck of all the brands out there, the big brands anyway. Because there are other ones that you could say are maybe more balanced instead of this one leaning more toward the mango side, and there are other ones that are more woodsy. You have other ones out there that are, you know, double the price of this one that you could say, well, maybe that one's, you know, slightly higher quality or whatever. But if you're just talking maximum bang for buck, especially for summertime use, for vacations, for the beach, anything like that, I think this one wins out more times than not. New one right here, Purple Melancholia. So this is coconut once again, mixed up with a big old batch of lavender, which is why it is purple. At least I imagine that's why. It makes sense. Ooh. And this is one of those fragrances that will grow on you, so absolutely do not spray this on a tester strip once and then go, I don't know about that. If at all possible, you know, go into a store or something, if you're really thinking about picking this up, blast it on your skin, give it a full wearing, and heck, man, do it again. You know, come back the next day and be like, I just want to be sure. I'm gonna do it again. Because it does grow on you a good amount. Now, it's not as straight up tropical as some of these other ones that are leaning more heavily into, you know, coconut, papaya, and stuff like that, very, very prominently off the top and even as it dries down. The coconut that's in here, it is noticeable. It's just as it dries down, as it settles on your skin, you know, it kind of balances out with that lavender. And so that means you get a little more versatility out of it. It's not just a summertime during the day only sort of vibe. You can really wear that pretty much year round. This next one, I'm maybe not the biggest fan in the world of, but it works. It's Qaed all Fursan. This is Lattafa, and it's also dirt cheap. Yeah, this stuff is affordable. That's the nice way to say it. It's very affordable. This one you can find a lot of places like $15-ish. So yeah, you're basically talking bargain bin pricing. And it's really well known for one note, and that is pineapple. That's the main thing you're gonna get here, especially off the top. Now there's other stuff in there. There's saffron, for example, in here. Some woody notes as well, a little bit of amber also, but really it's about the pineapple. And the opening into the dry down, it's just give me as much of that pineapple as you can give. SpongeBob SquarePants would be out there rocking this stuff. I know there are SpongeBob SquarePants fragrances, but if he wasn't wearing those, and if I'm honest here, if this stuff cost more, if it cost say 30, 35, something like that, I think that'd be pretty tough. That'd be a tough pill to swallow, but 15, 20 bucks at that point, it's actually really good for the price. You can use it to layer with other things as well. So like you can wear this alongside other scents that you want to give a big boost of pineapple to. And it also has some similarities to 9 PM Rebel by Afnan. So if you like that fragrance, this one is a little bit similar to that. Speaking about Afnan, how about Zimaya, which is done by Afnan. Oops, it's backwards. This one is all Barari Coral, and it is another one that is really, really, really cheap, and it has similarities to actually a couple of different fragrances. The main one is Blue Talisman. So it's got sort of a fresher take on that, and that's already a fresh fragrance, so, I don't know that it needs to be fresher, but yeah. And then also, God of Fire. So mainly Blue Talisman, but with just like a little sprinkling of God of Fire in there, I guess is the best way to put it, because it does have mango as a note. So there's mango again. It also flies pretty far under the radar. It's not crazy popular. A lot of people are not out there buying that, wearing that one. So that's also good if you want something that's slightly out of the ordinary there. For the price, that stuff is great during the summertime. And then there's also this Afnan 9 AM dive. Yeah, it's not 9 PM, it's 9 AM. I wonder if they're gonna make more of these 9 AM fragrances, They're like, 9 PM, that sounds good. 9 AM, that's too early. I wanna be sleeping in, bro. Like, no more 9 AM. So 9 AM dive, the name, makes you think of scuba or snorkeling or, being at the beach. The scent itself, actually, kind of similar to Why by Yves Saint Laurent, kind of with Bleu de Chanel vibes as well. But at the same time, not those things. So it's like taking those and getting bits and pieces from them, but then using those to build something completely separate. So it has lemon, mint, blackcurrant, and pink pepper off the top, and then apple as well, because that apple in the Y fragrance line is kind of the thing that most people concentrate on when they smell those. Also has a nice little pop of ginger. It's gonna give it some fresh spice, a little bit of fizz in there as well. Really solid summertime scent. Also spring, fall, good daytime scent, good office fragrance. And it's an Afnan, which means it's gonna be easy on the wallet. We're gonna finish with something very, very obvious. Le Beau Le Parfum, Jean-Paul Gaultier. So we started with the fragrance inspired by a Le Beau, and we finished with just a Le Beau. And Le Beau Le Parfum is amazing. It is chef's kiss as far as just the projection, the longevity, the attention-grabbing kind of vibe that it has. It's a really, really killer compliment puller. But it does have one minor drawback when it comes to summertime. It's pretty strong. It's creamy, it's sweet. The tropical coconut that this has is there as soon as you spray it on into the far dry down. And so that does make a scent that if you spray this on heavy and it's really hot outside and it's humid and you're moving around and you're around people and you're sweating or something like that, it can be too much. It can be too much. And I would say in that situation, during the day, if you want something Le Beau style that has that coconut front and center, go with this. Go with Paradise Garden. Even go with the original Le Beau. But if it's not that type of situation, if you're gonna be somewhere air conditioned or it's gonna be in the evening or something like that, use that. Because alongside that coconut, there's also pineapple, there's iris in there, there's tonka, there's sandalwood, there's amber, there's woody notes. So there's a lot of different things going on. And this is one of my go-to fragrances if I wanna wear something where I know people are gonna notice it and they're gonna like it. Just be aware it performs pretty heavy and it's sweet. So, right in the middle of summer, you gotta kind of understand where you're going, what you're doing, and be locked in with that and know if this is gonna work or not in that situation. So there it is. If you want something tropical, you want something fresh, but maybe with a little sweetness to it, these right here will seal the deal for you. I wanna thank you guys for watching until the end. All of you are the MVPs that stay this late. Take care of yourselves, stay safe out there. I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.